For most of modern history, blood type has been treated like trivial information, something you learn once, write on a form, and forget until a hospital asks again. But blood groups didn't emerge randomly, and they didn't persist across thousands of years without reason. They spread because they worked. Different blood types arose in response to disease, climate, migration, and survival pressures. They shaped how bodies respond to injury, infection, stress, and even food availability. None of this determines destiny, but over generations, probability becomes pattern. This isn't about superiority, it's about specialization. Blood type O. Blood type O is the oldest and most widespread blood group on Earth. Roughly 44% of the global population carries it, with O positive far more common than O negative. O negative, while only 6-7% worldwide, plays an outsized role in medicine because it can be donated to anyone. Historically, type O spread among early hunter-gatherer populations. These groups lived with frequent injury, inconsistent food supply, and constant exposure to environmental hazards. That context matters. Survival wasn't just about avoiding death, it was about thriving under uncertainty. One of the most documented traits of blood type O is a lower tendency toward blood clotting. In modern surgery, this can be a complication, but in prehistoric times it reduced fatal clot-related risks during trauma or infection. Type O blood also shows stronger innate immune responses to certain pathogens, particularly malaria. This helped early populations endure dangerous environments long before medicine existed. Metabolically, type O individuals tend to process protein-heavy diets efficiently. Anthropological studies link this to migratory, hunting-based food patterns, where carbohydrates were unreliable. Dietary flexibility became an adaptive advantage, allowing populations to survive where resources shifted seasonally. The hidden strength of type O is resilience. It is the blood of survival under instability, a trait repeated across continents and centuries. Blood type A. Blood type A appeared later and became dominant in societies that settled into agriculture. It is especially common in Europe and East Asia, with roughly 27% of the global population carrying it, most of them A positive. As humans settled, survival pressures shifted. Disease spread faster in dense populations. Food became more consistent but less varied. Long-term cooperation and social structure mattered more than brute physical endurance. Type A blood has been associated with a more sensitive immune system. That sensitivity can increase vulnerability to some inflammatory conditions, but it allows for quicker responses to constant threats in crowded communities. Agricultural societies depended on predictability and structure, and type A bodies were biologically tuned to thrive in such environments. Dietary adaptation was another advantage. Populations with type A blood evolved to digest plant-based diets efficiently. The prevalence of type A in early farming regions reflects this. Flexibility was less critical than stability. Survival came from structure and consistent adaptation to society-wide pressures. In short, type A isn't fragile, it's organized. These bodies learn to manage repeated exposure to risk and maintain resilience within structured systems. Blood type B. Blood type B is less common globally, around 22% of the population, concentrated in Central Asia, parts of India, and other historically nomadic regions. B positive is far more frequent than B negative. Type B emerged among populations that moved frequently, crossing climates and environmental conditions. These people needed adaptability. Flexibility in digestion, metabolism, and immune response allowed them to survive in unpredictable landscapes. Studies show type B individuals tolerate a wide range of foods and environmental stresses without extreme physiological strain. Immune response patterns also differ. Certain infections affect this group less severely, while others pose higher risk. The trait isn't specialization, it's versatility. Historically, the advantage of type B was mobility. Populations with this blood type survived because they could adjust to new diets, climates, and challenges quickly. In migration, adaptability outweighed peak efficiency. Nomads didn't need perfection. They needed resilience in flux. Blood type AB. Blood type AB is the rarest, found in less than 5% of the global population, with AB negative among the rarest in the world. It is most prevalent in parts of East Asia, particularly regions with histories of cultural mixing. AB emerged through the combination of A and B populations. As such, it carries mixed traits: immune sensitivity alongside adaptability, clotting tendencies balanced by metabolic versatility. AB populations often appear in areas with trade, migration, or diverse gene flow. The advantage of AB is integration. These bodies can navigate complex environments where no single adaptation suffices. Immune responses vary dramatically, which means some infections are resisted efficiently, while others exploit vulnerability. Flexibility in dealing with multiple pressures is its hallmark. AB blood reflects hybrid survival strategies. It is not dominant or specialized but capable, ready for environments where complexity rules. Blood type patterns. Across populations. Every blood type carries its own set of probabilities for disease susceptibility and resilience. Type O shows lower risk for cardiovascular disease and certain clot-related disorders, but is more prone to gastrointestinal bleeding and some infections. Type A carries higher cardiovascular and inflammatory risks, but responds faster to constant threats. Type B is metabolically versatile but may face unique viral vulnerabilities, and AB has a mix of these risks and protections, reflecting its hybrid nature. Large-scale studies confirm these trends. In Japan, Europe, and North America, Type O populations have slightly higher average longevity, primarily due to cardiovascular resilience. Type A and AB appear more frequently among patients with age-related vascular conditions, while B shows mixed patterns dependent on diet and regional disease exposure. None of this is deterministic. These are tendencies, not destinies. Blood type shifts probabilities. Lifestyle and environment still shape outcomes. Blood type, subtle advantages. Blood type subtly influences how bodies respond to stress, injury, and metabolic demands. Type O may tolerate high protein, variable diets better. Type A may respond faster to low-level chronic infections, reflecting centuries of densely populated living. Type B handles diverse diets and climates, and AB integrates traits from both A and B, allowing hybrid resilience. Even minor differences, clotting speed, immune sensitivity, metabolic processing, compound over decades. These effects create population-level trends in health, survival, and adaptability, showing that blood type is less about individual destiny and more about inherited patterns of resilience. Blood type lessons from history. The spread of blood types mirrors human history. Type O followed hunters and gatherers, Type A spread with farmers, Type B moved with nomads, and Type AB thrived in mixing zones where populations merged. Each blood type is a living record of survival strategies. Modern life obscures these patterns. Medicine stabilizes risk, nutrition equalizes diets, and travel spreads genes globally. Yet the echoes remain. Epidemiologists still see blood type patterns in disease susceptibility, organ transplantation compatibility, and even global health statistics. Understanding blood type gives insight into how bodies adapted to ancient pressures and why some traits persist today. It's a map of human resilience encoded in every drop of blood. Blood type does not define who you are. It is not predictive of intelligence, character, or success. What it does offer is context. It records where your ancestors survived, how their bodies handled disease, injury, stress, and scarcity. Type O reflects survival under instability. Type A reflects resilience in structured environments. Type B reflects adaptation under mobility. Type AB reflects integration in complex mixed environments. Modern medicine and society blur these distinctions. Blood type no longer dictates life outcomes, but it quietly influences health patterns, risk profiles, and adaptation echoing lessons from thousands of years of human survival. Knowing your blood type is less about fate and more about understanding context, and in context there is power.